right, welcome to the channel. My name is Loved Amaka, and if you're new here, thank you for stopping by, thank you for watching my videos, and thank you for subscribing. I love you, I love you, I love you. And if you're an old subscriber, you know I don't take you for granted. I love you. So welcome to this sit down video. It's a sit down video. I've been wanting to make this video because I figured the other one I made went really far. That means he educated a lot of people, like it was something people wanted to know. So here is like an updated one because yes, I changed my job, so it means the salary has changed. Because initially I was working, when I came to the UK, I was working as a domiciliary healthcare assistant, but then I changed my job and I'm currently working as a mental health support worker. So the salary is literally very different, and then the work hours is very different. So in this video I'm just going to share how much I earn now in 2023 as a support worker. Now this video is sponsored by Amber Students, and I'm going to be sharing a little thing, one juicy thing about Amber Student later on in the video. So basically I wrote down questions because of course I'm going to be straightforward. I would like this video to be short and precise. One of the first questions you're going to learn, if you're coming in as a student or whatever, and then you're wondering what is this job all about, what is a support worker, what is the difference between a support, I think I made a video on the different type of support work or health and social care job, like carer jobs in the UK. I made a video about that. So for a domiciliary healthcare assistant, it's quite different from a normal support worker in a care home. So now for a care home, this is like support work. It is different. It is entirely very different. Sometimes the pay is different, sometimes the setting and everything, the work hours is also different. Now one of the questions is, what does this job entails? Now, because for domiciliary it was just me moving from one person's house to another, and most times you rarely do stuffs like personal care, although you do personal care, but it's not as detailed as when you're in a care home. You do, like, you just assist them in making their meals and then give their medication. That is for domiciliary. But then in care, like in a home setting, you're doing their personal care, but then they have a general kitchen, they have a chef who does all their cooking. So basically you're just doing like you're not even cooking anything from scratch, because it's just like cornflakes, Weetabix, and anybody that just like coffee, drink, whatever. That's what you're doing in support home. While in domiciliary, you're going to be doing like probably doing a proper prep for meals and all that. It just differs anyways. So for support work, we're just, as the name implies, you're supporting, you're assisting this individual live their best lives. You're assisting these individuals live their best life in the best way possible. You are helping them access the community. For my unit, we go out a lot, so we are helping, like, they access the community a lot because some of them are independent. While in domiciliary, you find out that most of them are like not independent. They are indoors, they are bed bound and all those stuff. So but in care homes, they are more independent. They can do some things themselves. You only find few people who cannot do basic things like walking around, cooking, for like making drinks or whatever for themselves, and even going access the toilet and all those things themselves. So basically that is what I do. Am I enjoying the job? Yes, trust me. It's like it's different because I've not done it before. So it's just like a very new experience for me, and it's something that is rewarding. If you have like empathy, if you have empathy and you're just compassionate about people, seeing people live their best life, you would love the job, you would enjoy the job. So basically that is what we do as a support worker. So I've answered the question on what is the role and the responsibility. You just help individual. Now for my own setting, it is different because it is mental health, so you are going to be seeing challenging behaviors here then and then, but every day is not the same. Some days are calm, some days are extremely busy. You're going to be like different moods every day, so they're not the same. So basically you're just there to support them. If they're having behaviors, you're just there to reassure them and then just make sure they're all right. And then what else? That's the job and the responsibility. Now for support work, what is my contracted hours, because in domiciliary usually we don't have a fixed hours. It's whatever comes. Like, so in a week you might find that you're working only 20 hours, like you've got only less than even 20 hours. But then in support work, it is a contracted hours, meaning they already have a fixed time you're going to be working per week, fixed hours you're going to be working in a week. So for me, I'm under the contract of 34.2 hours a week. So I'm going to be working 34.2 hours a week. Now, sometimes it's not even up to, because as it is now, I work only 3 days. Don't ask me why, but yes, I work 3 days in a week, and that is a 12-hour shift. My contracted hours is 34.2 hours a week, and I work 3 days in a week on a 12-hour shift. So that is my contract. You can get 40 hours. I think the minimum is 40 hours. And if you want to pick up an extra shift, you can go ahead to pick up an extra shift. Now, the next question is, what is the current hourly pay? So when I started the job, it was January. They paid £9.50. It wasn't much different from my domiciliary work, but then they increased it after April. It was increased to £10.42, which is an improvement. Like, it was really at least something other than like more than £9.50. So it was £10.50 so per hour. Now currently I'm paid £10.42 per hour, and I'm working on a 34.2 hours contract. Do you understand? So I'm paid on an hourly rate of £10.42 per hour. So by the time you do a 12-hour shift, you should be able to know how much you're going to be making in a week. That is how you even know how much you're making, because if you times £10.42 times 12, which is sometimes you go on, like for my company, we go on break and they deduct the 45 minutes of your break, so you're not going to be getting full 12 hours pay. I think it's around 11 hours or so, I think so. So we're not getting a full 12 hours pay. So you get to see that at the end of the day, you get to know how much you're making in a week. So now that leads us to the question, how much do I make in a month? Now in a month, since I'm paid, I'm using my other phone to calculate this. So since I'm paid £10.42 per hour, and I work at least, let's say 11 hours per day, and I work 3 times in a week, so you would say £10.42 times, how do I even put it? Usually I would say 34.2, which is my contracted hour. So 34.2, that will give you like, can you see it, guys? That's let's say 355 pounds, so with something pence on top. So you now times it by 4, because they pay you every 4 weeks. They pay us every 4 weeks. So in every pay week, you're going to have at least 4 weeks, and then they pay you, and then they count another 4 weeks, and then they pay you. So you do this is 355. Let's say 355 pounds is what I make in a week. So to get what I make in a month, which is the next question, we're going to be timesing it by 4, because 4 weeks, you're paid every 4 weeks. So at the end of the day, I have a gross income of 1,422.72 pence. Does that make sense? 4,000, let's say 1,422 pounds in a month. So that is what I make. So let's say they take off tax, insurance, because I don't do pension. For some reason, I just don't feel I want to be paying for pension now, so I don't pay for pension. So at the end of the day, let's say mostly it gets up to like £100, sometimes 90 something pounds. So everything minus tax is usually very high. I don't know why, but it is very high. Thank God I'm not paying for pension, because at the end of the day, I might just be going home with maybe 1,002. So you see, let's say we remove tax, which is like £98, and then you've got insurance. Is it insurance? I think so. Insurance is usually low, let's say £50 or so. It's usually low, but they've charged me 50, like my last pay was £53. So let me use that, minus £53. So I have like 1,002 £1,271 72 pence for my monthly income. Now, if you are working full-time and you want to pick extra shifts, just know that this money is going to change. But for me, I enjoy working. I just want to work the 3 days, and it's okay for me. So that is what I earn in a month on a 34.2 hours contract. Yes. So that is it, basically, guys. That is it. So if you're working 40 hours, all you have to do is calculate how much you're paid per hour times the 40 hours. If you're picking extra shifts, because most people will work, and if you work 5 days, you definitely know you're making at least 48 hours. If you're working 4 days, they say it's 40 hours contract. But if you're working 4 days, and it is like, if you're working 4 days and maybe let's say it's 11 hours you're doing in a shift per day times 4, that's like 44 hours. You now times it by how much you're paid per hour. That is going to give you a weekly, how much you're paid in a week times 4, because every company pays every 4. Like most company pays every 4 weeks. I know that some company also pay weekly, which is not something I want. So this is what I earn in a month. So guys, this video is sponsored by Amber, and I'm just going to be using this minute to tell you what Amber Student is all about. Now, Amber Student is a leading student accommodation, not just for students, but is a leading accommodation provider all over the world. We have them in the UK, we have them in the US, and other countries in general. So what do they do? Amber Student is like where you're going to find proper accommodation as a student. If you're coming to, let's say you're coming to Sunderland and you're looking for a studio apartment, or you're looking for just any apartment in general, Amber Student is one of the providers of accommodation here in the UK for students. They are in many cities. The name is Manchester, they're in Sunderland, they're in Newcastle, they're in London, plenty cities. So if you're coming in and you're worried about accommodation, you're going to the US, you're going to the UK, and you're worried about accommodation, trust Amber Student to provide you with amazing accommodation of your preferences. They have studio apartments and suites, whatever budget you're looking for, Amber Student got you covered. If you want to check out the accommodation in your own various city or university, click on the link on my description to get started. All you have to do is just type in the city you're going to, and they are going to list your budget, and they are going to list out a number of accommodation they have in that particular location you're looking for. So it's just seamless, it's easy. So you don't have to be worried about, where do I stay when I get to the UK, what do I do when I get to the UK. Trust me, Amber Student got you covered. They have 24-hour support to guide you through this process, from your booking to from your search to your booking to your inspection. Amber Student is seamless. And if you're coming in, please don't waste time to start your booking process now. So the next question is, how much do I get to save? Yes, how much do I get to save in my salary? Now I'm making around 1,200, but yeah, I'm making around 1,200 to 1,300. So for now, I'm not owing any debt, so I'm free. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm not owing any debt. But if you have any debt or whatever you want to sort out with money, you might also consider adding that to your, minusing that to your salary, so as to get your savings. So for me, the only thing I'm bothered about is my rent and my bills. So in my 1,200, I have my rent, which is 350, and we have 850. We have 850 pounds remaining, and then for my bills, electricity, water and gas, I have like 150 to pay. So I have 700. I have 700 in total to pay. Oh god, why is this thing spoiling my video? So I have 700 left after I've sorted all my bills. And then let's say for monthly grocery shopping, I spend around 700 to 100 pounds. Yes, so let's say 100 pounds minus 100 pounds, we have 600 pounds. Let's say miscellaneous, any other thing, 50 pounds minus 50 pounds. So at least I have 550. Can you see that? Yep, I don't know if you're seeing it, guys, but I have 550 pounds every month as my savings. If there's any other thing, it should come out from my savings, but for now, this is what I have in a month. Let's say if I have a payment I want to make, it will come out from this, and then that will give you how much you're going to be saving in a month. So but for me, the only thing I'm bothered about is paying my rent, my bills, and probably eat, and then transportation. Sorry, I forgot to remove transportation, because transportation to my workplace costs me around £54 every month. So let's minus that, and we have £500 for savings, which is a huge difference compared to my former job. You can see that the difference is really huge, massive. So I'm saving £500 every month, which is something I'm like, it's something, to be honest. It's something, because at the end of the day, I'm just working only 3 days, meaning if I'm working like proper full-time 4-5 days in a week, I should be making more and still have more savings. So basically that is just it. And then the last question is, when do we get paid? Like I said, you get paid in the UK. You get paid, some companies, not every companies, some companies would pay you every 4 weeks. I don't know how they call it. Did they say it's fortnight? I don't know how they say it, but they say fortnight, or me, I just say it's every 4 weeks. It's every 4 weeks. So you see, like, if you work 4 weeks, in that 4th week they'll pay you, and then that's how you just get your pay every month. So it's basically like every month end you get paid. Sometimes it's not even month end, because like my last pay was last week, which is when so but I know it's every 4 weeks. And then some company pays every week. Some company do pay every week. So it's just depending on your, like, for people who, you see, people who have family, they prefer to have weekly pay, because that way they get to just sort their bills immediately, like without waiting for that long 4 weeks. So everybody have their preferences, so whatever works for you, whatever makes you sleep at night. But me, I prefer the monthly pay, because they come together, and that way I know what I'm doing, I know how much I'm making and how much I'm spending. Basically that is an updated video, a sit-down video of how much I make in a month as a mental health support worker here in the UK 2023. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you're educated. I hope you learned a thing or two from this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.